There was a curious young girl named Ireti who had a deep love for history. She spent countless hours in her grandfather's study, poring over dusty books that told the stories of people long gone, kings, warriors, inventors, and heroes. One afternoon, while exploring her grandfather's attic, she stumbled upon a mysterious golden watch. Its surface was marked with strange inscriptions. Intrigued, Ireti slipped it onto her wrist. Suddenly the room spun. A magical wind swirled around her, and before she could gasp, she was pulled through time. Ireti landed in the middle of a bustling, ancient Roman marketplace. The air smelled of bread, fruit and spices, and vendors shouted in Latin. Confused, she realized she didn't understand a word, until a kind girl named Flavia approached, smiling warmly and offering to help. Through Flavia, Ireti learned about life in Rome, the struggles of poor families, and the importance of gratitude. The world shifted again, and Ireti found herself in the stone corridors of a medieval castle. There she met Sir William, a knight in gleaming armour who carried his helmet under his arm. Though his tales were full of bravery and loyalty, she sensed the heavy burden of responsibility that weighed on him. In the next blink, she stood in a grand throne room lit by hundreds of candles. A regal queen, crowned and robed in burgundy, sat before her. The queen's eyes revealed the loneliness of leadership, teaching Ireti that power was not just privilege but sacrifice. The scene shifted again, and Ireti was in a sunlit clearing in Zazzau, face to face with the famed warrior Queen Amina. Surrounded by soldiers with spears and shields, Queen Amina stood tall in her armour, commanding respect. From her, Ireti learned that courage was not just about fighting battles, but about defying expectations and standing tall against doubt. Another leap brought Ireti to colonial Nigeria, where the streets echoed with chants of protest. She watched in awe as Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti, wrapped in traditional Yoruba attire, led a crowd of women demanding equality and freedom. Funmilayo's fiery voice inspired Ireti, showing her how one woman's courage could ignite a movement. The world spun once more, and Ireti appeared in a quiet study in the early 1900s. There, she met Helen Keller, her fingers tracing a braille book, while her teacher Anne Sullivan stood supportively behind her. In that calm, sunlit room, Ireti understood the true meaning of perseverance and determination. Another burst of light, and Ireti found herself in a Renaissance workshop. Paintings and inventions surrounded her, and at the centre was Leonardo da Vinci, his eyes glowing with genius. He gestured passionately, explaining how art and science could blend to imagine the future. Ireti felt her own imagination soar, inspired by his boundless creativity. Finally, the swirling sensation returned, gentler this time. Ireti opened her eyes and found herself back in her grandfather's attic. The golden watch lay silent in her hand, its glow gone. She smiled softly, realizing that though the journey had ended, the lessons remained. She had walked through history, stood among legends, and carried back their wisdom. Ireti knew her place in the world had changed forever. Her adventure through time had ended, but her story was only just beginning.